Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, we're going to watch a brand new Blu-ray I received called Fatal Games 80s Horror. Let's check it out. We're at a school full of Olympic hopefuls, gymnastic hopefuls. There they are. At some sort of alumni dinner, our kids decide to have a little fun by playing tug of war. With some napkins, I think. Here's a couple.
Come on.
This movie is nice enough to show us a lot of TNA.
Why? You wanted, didn't you?
Exactly, but you know how thick she and Shelley are.
Coach is a ball buster.
On my special secret for success. Starting today, I'm going to add an additional 2 hours to your work schedules.
Oh, come on.
This is a chick named Nancy, and she just got a javelin to the chest. Our first victim. Hell of a throw.
Very unreasonable.
Sally Kirkland plays Diane. She's like a doctor type.
Well, I hope you're going to take full responsibility because I'm not going to take responsibility.
I already have.
We have a lady in the shower, I'm sorry, the sauna, being stalked by somebody.
Don't you ever get
Poor actress was running naked through the hallways, being chased by the javelin killer. There she is, looking for help. She didn't make it. This is Joe. You might recognize him from Boogeyman 2. They keep trying to convince us that he's the killer because he's so good. And the music is ominous. But after several red herrings, kids are missing.
To Sue Allen's boyfriend in San Francisco. She never showed up for his graduation as she was supposed to. And Joe Ward seems to have disappeared without a trace. Frankly, I'm baffled.
This is Annie and Phil.
I'll think about it. Send them a glass of wine.
Let us. Gotta bring the bottle.
Annie got attacked, but she's actually okay.
No. It won't be necessary. I think I know what's wrong. Besides, we don't want any other doctors nosing around.
The doctor takes Annie home to her apartment, which just seems a little inappropriate. But earlier in the film, she was giving her a nude massage and seemed to be filling her up a little bit in her naughty bits.
1936 Olympics.
Shows her a picture of her mother.
It's my mother.
Doctor's a little weird.
Gold medal.
She dead?
No, she's not dead.
All right.
Another gymnast, Frank, injures himself without the aid of a killer.
Don't move, Frank. Don't move. Get Dr. Jordine or Diane and get a stretcher.
And this evening, a girl is swimming in the pool. The lights out, of course. And she's gonna have a visitor. She's also gonna have a javelin.
What do you think? The winners are quitting? I think something terrible is happening here at the Academy.
Like what?
You want my theory? I think they're dead.
Oh, David, lighten up.
Remember the movie Graduation Day? There was a picture of all the athletes with an X through them as they were killed.
This is how I knew.
Same thing's happening.
Somebody came in here and did this.
So Frank, the guy who broke his leg, decides to roam the hallways of the school one night. I honestly don't know what he was doing there, but he stumbles upon all the bodies who've been stuffed in lockers. He actually moves pretty well with a broken leg, but not well enough. That was Annie you saw there. now she's on the hit list. Just a flesh wound. Our killer grabbed a shot put to finish her off, but then company. They go to Diana's office, the doctor, and oh, the big reveal.
What's the matter? Anything hurt? Put her on the table. Be out in a second. I'm just getting dressed.
Annie notices a newspaper about Diane having a sex change operation. She was once a he. Got disqualified from the Olympics. I think we know where the rage comes from now. Why was that paper there? She's also going to revert to her manly voice. So the chase is on, and for whatever reason, Andy decides to run up some scaffolding. Which doesn't seem like the brightest of ideas. Because look! But how about that? It all worked out. That's our film. Just in time, guys. All right, let's talk about this movie called Fatal Games. I never knew this movie. I don't know if I've ever heard of it even, but Vinegar Syndrome announced this as I think it was their Black Friday sale last month, and I'm recording this in December, by the way, and it arrived yesterday. I decided to order it on a whim and never heard of it, or never, like I said, never really know about it. Did a little research on it. It's been released on a VHS, and apparently there was a long time where there was no known film print available to make a decent Blu-ray out of it, DVD, but apparently they found one, and now we suddenly have this available to us. The picture quality itself was mostly really good. There was a couple spots, especially in the beginning, when opening credits are rolling and it first starts, you thought, oh man, this wasn't cleaned up at all, but it cleared up pretty quick, and there's a few little glitches here and there, little lines and stuff, but overall, pretty good quality. So way to go, Vinegar Syndrome. Thanks for putting this one back out there. So anyway, the movie is it takes place at this like college, which is kind of like a prep school for gymnastics, or people who want to be in the Olympics for gymnastics. So we see a whole bunch of gymnastic team people doing their things, hopefully to be to go to nationals, and then hopefully make the Olympic team. That's what this movie is all about. One by one, though, the members of the team start getting killed by javelins. Somebody is sneaking around campus, throwing javelins at the team and killing them one by one, stuffing them in lockers, which we find later on. Nobody seems to notice they vanish until quite a few are already gone. There's a little red herring here. This one guy named Joe Ward. He's like their famed javelin thrower. Every time we see him, there's like ominous music playing. He's angry, and all of a sudden, at one point, he takes a javelin to the back, and we realize it's not him. But who the hell is it then? There's a coach played by Sally Kirkland. She plays Diane. At one point, she's getting really handsy, giving a massage to this girl named Annie. It was a nude massage, and Annie's body double was Linnea Quigley. We don't see her face, but we see her butt, and she getting a little close to the crotchal region there. And then Annie gets out of there real fast. That was a little odd, and we find out later on kind of why. Again, people get killed off one by one. Eventually, we're left with Annie at the end. She's being chased through the halls by the javelin killer. And then there's a big reveal. The javelin killer turns out to be Diane, Sally Kirkland. And we find out why when Annie, who was hit with a javelin but still alive, she's bleeding, but she notices a newspaper which was conveniently on the floor in Diane's office, which shows that she was a sex change operation person, was once a man, is now a woman, but she was disqualified from her javelin team because there was too many male hormones in it. So kind of way ahead of its time here, 40 years ahead of its time. And there's a final chase. Annie runs up some scaffolding. Diane jumps through the ceiling. the window in the ceiling, and then ends up falling to her death just as other people come in who probably could have rescued Annie. That's how our movie ends. So all along, it was Sally Kirkland's character, Diane. So there you go. Fatal Games. Now, this basically ticks all the boxes for an 80s horror movie. It came out, it actually was filmed in 82 or 83, something like that, late 82, early 83. It was released in 83, or I'm sorry, it has a copyright of 83, but released in 1984. I don't know where, but again, it came out on VHS at some point. So it has that early 80s feel to it. It's very similar kind of to Graduation Day, where somebody's killing off all the athletes one by one. There's even a photo with has a big X through all the people, the photo of the team that has X through the people who are dead, which was very much, it was identical to Graduation Day in that respect. Some decent gore in this movie and tons of nudity, actually. In the first like 35 minutes or so of this movie, there's a lot of nudity, full frontal nudity, shower scenes, sauna scenes, good stuff. Other than Diane Kirkland, though, I'm sorry, Sally Kirkland, I don't think I recognized anybody else from this cast other than Joe, the guy who played Joe. I recognize him as the brother, what was it, his name Matthew maybe, in the movie The Boogeyman, the mute brother in The Boogeyman, which again, most people would not recognize him from that, but I do. Other than that, nothing. I did watch a little bit of one of the interviews of Annie. She's on here. She was actually a gymnast, and that's how she got the role. Maybe they were all gymnasts, and that's why they got the roles, and that's why I've never heard of him, because they did very little else. So anyway, that's Fatal Games. Like I said, it's got a nice little slip here, Blu-ray. Again, kudos to Vinegar Syndrome for cleaning this up and bringing this back out to us. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was an 80s horror movie that I'd never seen before. And like I said, it ticks all the boxes, so it's fun. Check it out. Fatal Games. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. I will leave a link to Amazon, something on Amazon. If you're looking to buy it, and you should. Watch it. Bye.